while we're here at the best event, Toby and Brent's event, we have the AI agents working. And so we're out here having drinks, having fun, meeting new people, networking with actual human individuals, but our AI agents never stop.
Shane Moran here at Paris Blockchain Week. We're here at the Aurum booth. Aurum is a sponsor of Paris Blockchain Week. Aurum community has traveled from all over the world to be here. It's the best. We just had our COO, Andrew Isaacs, on the main stage talking about tokenization of real-world assets. I think Aurum Foundation is in a time in history, and that time is right now.
All right, everyone, let's get started. Holy, this is amazing, I think. There we go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I have never seen anything like that. This call is completely packed out. Well before 15 minutes before the call. So welcome to the call, everyone. Shane Moran here. I'll be your host. I'll be introducing our special and our featured speaker in just a moment, but just wanted to bring up a couple updates here for everyone, talking about mainly the recovery process. Earlier on Friday, if you have not seen the video, because it was a live event, again, the same thing happened, is that it was completely packed long before the meeting started. Brian Benson, our CEO, presenting the company's recovery strategy and outlined really the actions that are already underway following the recent security incident that everyone is aware of. Now the Aurum team, the technical team right now, is really focused on comprehensive technical security audit, also infrastructure restoration. That's what they're doing as we speak. Regulatory compliance, again, is a tricky thing. We'll talk about a little bit about that today, and also recovery planning and the development of a transparent recovery and compensation framework to make sure that funds that are missing are returned safely to the wallets. Now, talking about the safe recovery of the centralized products. So there's centralized products and there's decentralized products, and I'll talk about that. But really, to ensure the highest level of security, the company is currently conducting a comprehensive technical security audit across all of the centralized products and services. All right, you might want to write this down: all of the centralized products and services. And the audit covers every stage of the centralized infrastructure before products are safely returned to operation. What are these? To give you an example, XAI bot was on the centralized infrastructure, and that's what we're moving over to the decentralized NEYRO platform. So XAI bot is an example, XAI bot Pro, the Zeus bot, and of course the RWA, which is real world assets, the gold infrastructure is now moving over to the NEYRO. All of these four areas are all centralized, all right? NEYRO platform is decentralized. Hope that makes sense. So here are the temporary recovery measures that we're using right now to ensure that a safe and responsible recovery. The company's temporarily prioritizing the completion of the comprehensive audit before restoring the centralized services that I just named, okay? Hope that makes sense to everyone. If you're not technical like me, it could get a little overwhelming. But during this period, the technical and security audits are underway as we speak. They're working around the clock here across all of the centralized products, okay? So the centralized withdrawals and services will resume gradually as each product successfully completes the audit process that we're underway. And I'll touch on the audit process in a second. So this audit phase recovery, they're expected to take, anywhere from days to several weeks, all right, depending on the complexity of each product that we just named. Once the audit is completed, the products and services will be relaunched in a safe and controlled manner. So again, this is a temporary approach. This is just temporary, and it's designed really to ensure the long-term security, stability, and reliability of the entire Orem ecosystem, the way that Orem is moving right now. Brian, on Friday, if you were on the call or watched the replay, I really suggest that you do that, because our CEO outlined the recovery roadmap. The company is moving forward through a structured recovery process that he talked about, and it's really designed to ensure the safe restoration of all centralized products and services. So we're talking about there's 4 areas. We're talking about the comprehensive audit, number 1, the security validation, number 2, the phased product relaunch, okay, of these centralized products, and then finally, which we're all looking forward to, is the full operation will resume at that point. Okay, so again, Brian, and I want to recap this because it's important before we bring Andrew on for the next stage. But really, there's 2 strategic directions that Orem is taking right now. Again, for more than 3 years, Orem has built a global ecosystem and a strong international partner network, and that's you. I mean, we didn't even go into where everyone's calling in from today. We turned off the chat. It's loaded. This call is loaded, and there's a lot of people and a lot of our amazing partners that can't get on the call because they called in maybe 15 minutes before the call. They thought they were safe, but it was already loaded up. But really, the partners are really supporting the community, maintaining the the entire ecosystem. Again, it's the priority of the company to make sure they're protecting our partners, right? Our global partners. That's without a community, there is no Orem. All right. Now the company is moving forward through 2 parallel strategic directions. Number 1, they're restoring, which we just talked about, the existing Orem platform, while continuing the development of the NEYRO and the next generation of the ecosystem. And that's where, again, restoring over to Brian Benson, our CEO, and then moving into the next generation. Leading that is our special and our featured speaker today, Andrew. He'll be on here shortly. And so let me, for those that don't already know Andrew or haven't had an opportunity to meet Andrew, and he is leading the second phase and the, in parallel to what Brian's doing. So Brian Benson and the Orem recovery team, they remain focused on the audit and the infrastructure restoration, regulatory compliance, for example, the recovery process. And the second area is Andrew Isaacs, and he's leading the continued development of the NEYRO ecosystem. He's really focused on accelerating the delivery of an institutional grade Web3 infrastructure. All right, institutional grade Web3 infrastructure. What are we talking about? We're talking about the AI trading products and the next generation of decentralized financial solutions, not the centralized. The centralized is where we're doing all the auditing right now. The decentralized is over into Andrew's area. For those that again, with what is his background, or how is he qualified to be doing what he's doing here? Well, he's really an expert as far as I'm concerned, and he's got over 18 years of experience across investment banking, capital markets, emerging technologies, and digital assets. Throughout his career, he participated in more than $23 billion in executed transactions, including over $2 billion in digital asset transactions. He's advised companies on capital strategy, growth, institutional partnerships, and also financial infrastructure. He started his career at Morgan Stanley, okay, one of the biggest banks in the world, went over to Evercore, again, a massive, massive organization. Then that led him to Galaxy Digital, one of the largest blockchain companies in the world, and he was the managing director there, and now moving into the NEYRO and our exciting platform. So with that, it's my honor, and I'm excited to introduce you and hand over the mic to the one and only Andrew Isaacs. Over to you, Andrew.
Hey Shane, can you hear and see me?
We can see you. We can hear you. You're good to go.
And I got stuck in a little bit of traffic. which was totally unexpected. And so I pulled over. I got my laptop booted here. Obviously, I absolutely, with everything that's going on, didn't want to miss this. First and foremost, guys, I wanted just to take a moment to address everyone on the call, right? Our partners, our customers have always and will remain knowing situations like from past events and from being in the crypto industry for so long, there is, at the end, anything happens, right? There is immediate fear and uncertainty. I know, some folks potentially were straight. Sorry, can you still see me? Am I still there? I've just got an incoming call. Sorry about this, guys. Okay. And where with us, right? The point of just giving fire problem. Let's isolate let's structured a solution and path forward, which we have now, and which I want to deliver to you today. So I'm going to attempt to share my screen here. Shane, how's the lag?
Yeah, a little laggy, but you're okay right now. You're okay.
Yeah. All right. So hopefully it doesn't lag further. I might go off video then to prevent the lag while I share the screen here. Can everybody see the screen?
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay, fantastic. I'm going to go off video just to prevent the lag. Like I mentioned to everyone, I got stuck in some very unexpected traffic. Okay, so folks can see this, right? I'll cover a little bit of what Shane said earlier around the recovery process. But again, just wanted to stress, guys, we wanted to be deliberate with our communication. We wanted to be patient. We wanted to ensure, right, that there is no further vulnerabilities or risks. Just taking a step back, we have moved so quickly to do so much, right? And despite our intense focus on what we did with Hack and how we look to do things, unfortunately, we live in a world where the larger you are and the more funds that are there, the more of a target you're going to become, right? And unfortunately, we were that target. And now we have to take even more steps to prevent that from happening in the future, and be vigilant and so can that and you're safe. I want to talk you today through what our focus is on. Obviously, a comprehensive security audit across the central and on the decentralized infrastructure risk, called regulatory plans, which will always be a recovery plan, and that means recovery of funds and reimbursing funds, and then just development of a transparent recovery and compensation framework, right? So again, I'll take a step back. We're committed to recovering funds. We're committing to compensating. Obviously, this would be unthinkable for us not to do that, right? So again, I want to stress again, we're committed as a team and as a company to. Hey Shane, did I drop off for a second there?
Yeah, you dropped off. You're back on again. You can maybe just try to continue. It's a lagging. Yeah, I guess the quality is really bad, but we need to continue to get this update.
The screen share is better. Okay, right. And then again, sorry guys, I was thinking of very bad accident here. So hence I'm obviously doing this from the car. It's not ideal. I've synced. Again, something that Shane touched on was obviously the safe recovery of all centralized products. I'm not going to touch on that too much. I think Shane covered that earlier. Here are some. This is a critical slide here, which I want to stress. And Shane, please just stay on audio if I'm lagging or I need to hop back. If for whatever reason something disconnects slightly, I will rejoin immediately. Please don't
try to reconnect. Yeah, go ahead and share your slides again because it's not sharing.
Okay. Let me try sharing that again. Hang on. How is this?
Yeah, you're there. Perfect.
Okay, so let's explore some of these temporary recovery measures, right? Obviously, recovery for us needs to be holistic. It needs to be safe. It needs to be responsible. A comprehensive audit before restoring our centralized services, right? This period. Well, during this period, integrity audits that are already underway across all centralized products, right? Centralized withdrawals and services were processed, but again, the goal here is to restore them. The goal is to make it available, right? This is the direction that we're going into. To anyone to think otherwise would be inconceivable from my seat here. The audit and phased recovery are expected to take up to some days, several weeks, but we will keep folks updated as each product is cleared, as each timeline updates, right? We will prioritize constant, efficient, and transparent communication with everybody, right? Obviously, once the audit is completed, products and services will be relaunched in a safe and controlled manner. Right, it's critical. Relaunched in a safe and controlled manner. Why are we taking this temporary and sort of gradual approach here? The goal here is really we don't want this to happen again. We cannot afford to have this happen again. Shane, how's the lag? Is it okay?
It's better now. It's better.
Okay. Anyway, and so our long-term strategy here is to ensure security, stability, and reliability for the entire ecosystem, right? So what does the recovery roadmap actually look like? Obviously, as I've mentioned, we have the comprehensive audit, right? This could take a few days. This could take up to a few weeks, but not anticipated to be longer than that, right? Then we have security validation. We want to finalize internal verification, strengthen our security controls and protocols, and complete the Web3 migration, which is fundamental and critical. We obviously have a phased product relaunch, restore products and services one by one as each audit is completed successfully, right? Again, here, and I want to stress this, we've always historically been, I wouldn't say in a rush, but we've been pioneering products phenomenal going and right. And Lightspeed can sometimes vigilant you are, right? It's just the world that we live in with crypto. What our goal here is as a team and as a company is to now be measured, be methodical, be slightly know what work in terms of our products perform this situation around, right? Safe security, number one priority, a phased, systematic and methodical relaunch to ensure that we resume full and normal, complete the Web3 migration. So obviously, as some of you know, right, we've got two strategic directions here, right? We've got our strong international partner network and obviously our global ecosystem. We have an incredible community, as everyone on this call knows and everybody knows, and maintaining this ecosystem, maintaining this community, maintaining the family that we've built here is a number one and key priority, right? Without our community, without our ecosystem, it doesn't matter how great our products are, it doesn't matter how great our returns are. So that has always and will continue to always be a number one and key priority, right? And it's important that everyone keep that in mind as we think about recovering. Everyone on this call, you are our number one priority. Securing your funds is our number one priority. Securing your customers' funds is our number one priority, right? Community and maintaining the integrity of the ecosystem we built. And so we'll have two parallel strategic directions here. One, obviously, we will restore the existing Aurum platform, and we will continue, and this is where I'm going to be leading the charge on, but continue to develop our NEYRO next gen, our NEYRO and sort of next gen generation and products and suite of services, right? This is a direction that's important to us. It's somewhere we want to go. There's always going to be hiccups along the way. Shane, just a check quickly on voice and lag, and is everything okay?
Yeah, it's getting better. It's getting better. You might want to skip the next few slides once you see them. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I was definitely going to clear those. So, as Shane said, and this is my commitment to everyone on this call, I spent a lot of time in finance on a traditional side. I've spent a lot of time in crypto, right? I know how important communities are. I know how important ecosystem. I know how fragile they can, right? And again, we were getting put for, rapid and instant communication, and even a lot of pressure on the team. Guys, I need an update. I need it. And it was like, it's I'm trying to think of a good analogy, right? But is it better to tell everyone immediately what happened? And is not happening anymore. It was like, all right, we got to make sure, like, on the hatches, security. So everyone was on red alert, ensuring that the problem didn't expand, right? Once we felt comfortable that, like, we've isolated this, we've ring fenced, right? The word ring fence is a critical word. Once we've isolated and ring fenced the problem, right now, phase 2, recovery, remuneration or compensation, right? Rebuild, re-strengthen, regrow, path forward. And so again, I will do my best, and that's my personal commitment to you, to update everybody, right, as frequently and regularly as I can. But I want the updates to be meaningful. I want them to be substantial. I want them to be transparent. So I would rather deliver something like we're doing today, where I know what the path forward looks like. I know what we're going to achieve, where our head is at, than sort of just, giving sort of like real-time feedback. So that is my personal commitment to you here, right? And this is a critical slide just to discuss here. But obviously, following the recent security incident, we did hold emergency discussions with some of our institutional funds as well as our venture partners, which is great news, right? And obviously, to maintain the long-term development of the ecosystem and also to provide critical and additional support during the recovery period, we work closely with our institutional partners to accelerate the next stage of the previously agreed roadmap, right? So we are accelerating some of the critical development. And this was a key thing from our venture partners and our major institutional funds. And so on the accelerated roadmap, any development funding that was originally planned for later stage is now being deployed significantly earlier, right? And allowing for our next gen of infrastructure and products to be delivered ahead of schedule, right? However, on the long-term commitment, our institutional partners and our venture partners have reaffirmed, recommitted, and strengthened their commitment to the Aurum and NEYRO ecosystem, which is critical for our stability, it's critical for our growth, and it's critical for the recovery process and the redistribution of funds. So again, critical slide. I'm not going to spend too much on it as I just watch my Wi-Fi signal that I'm connecting from my phone here, and I do apologize. It's been a major accident here, and I was going to be home around 30 minutes before this. Anyway. All right. Now let's look at what's supporting. And Shane, sorry, I'm going to keep doing this just if I see the bars drop. How am I good on voice here?
Yeah, it's cutting in and out, but it seems to be back now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, where did you get up to?
Okay, go ahead now. Go ahead.
So partners who previously activated Quantum Alpha will continue participating in the trading program while the smart contract audit is being completed. It's a critical note. Partners who previously activated Quantum Alpha will continue participating in the trading program while the smart contract audit is being completed. Critical. Now, during the transition period, you will continue earning trading returns, continue submitting withdrawal requests, right? temporary projected monthly returns of approximately 2 to 3%. This temporary operating model is designed to maintain continuity until the audit is completed and the new infrastructure becomes fully operational. I wanted to read that, guys, because I wanted to give it to you verbatim because it is critical facts. It is something that we have decided and planned as a company. And so there is no extra words here. I'm giving it to you black and white. As you can see, and I want to really just focus on what will happen for the Quantum Alpha participants during this transition period. Okay. Now, what is the next supposed to? And genuinely believe we will change the way of how things work and can be activated and can be unleashed in the future from a decentralized perspective. Shane, am I still there? Just got an internet that said my signal's spotty. So just give me a yes.
Yeah, it is spotty, but it comes in and out, okay. So it's back. Yeah.
Okay. Again, sorry guys. Now, the immediate focus is still for us to deliver the next generation of Web3 products, completely redesigned what just happened to us. And so we pushed hard, guys, ran hard. We wanted to, and we still want to change the world. However, as a group, we're all intelligent enough, we're all experienced enough to realize when things need to be redesigned, need to be improved in certain parts, right? What we thought was perfect or close to perfect was clearly not, right, from a security perspective. So our current development priorities include the AI trading bot, include a new Web3 infrastructure, which, again, we want to go from strength to strength to strength. Things happen. It's how you react to those things that define who you are as a person and define who you are as a company, right? Our reaction here is to come back stronger, come back better, come back safer, come back more secure, right, and grow further. And so that is our focus. That is how we as a team and as a company deal with challenges, right? It's to identify, restore, recover, rebuild stronger and better than we were before. So one of our first major milestones in the next phase of NEYRO is going to be the launch of a completely new AI trade bot. This will be built on our new Web3 infra. And obviously this bot is designed to provide a decentralized trading environment while preserving the earning model parameters that everyone here has come to love, to be familiar with, right? Our key highlights of this will be a target monthly returns somewhere between 15 to 20%, existing compensation structure remains the same, ecosystem integrations. But again, guys, this was about us collecting our intelligence, collecting our experience, and deciding what needs to be done for us to keep moving, pushing the envelope forward, but better and stronger, okay? Right, next part. I want to just talk about a completely transparent DEX infrastructure, right? So our new AI trade bot will operate on completely redesigned, decentralized infrastructure. We want to provide greater visibility into trading, into the trading activity, and just give a much more modest feel and trading environment. So the new infrastructure, right, will include our official platform, which will be NEYRO Labs.io, from scratch to safeguard, right? What is there, right? We clearly identified a vulnerability. We have to change what needs to be changed to make sure that we squash and isolate that vulnerability on the nose. The official platform, I'll say it again, is NEYRO Labs.io, a single decentralized liquidity pool, a DEX, fully transparent on-chain trading, a completely redesigned back office and support structure, which is critical. Again, a lot of the things we're pushing for, a lot of things we want to do, we sacrifice certain things to move quickly. And right now, my goal, and like I said to you earlier, my commitment to you is steady, methodical, stable, fully supportive growth that you can trust. And I cannot guarantee that new challenges won't arise. But I can tell you that our focus here is just on being more methodical, more patient, and to do the things we do well better, but to do the things we didn't do well, to really focus on doing those things, right? That includes a completely redesigned back office and support system infrastructure. And then obviously, continue on our migration path for existing Aurum users. But what's critical, and I know I've had this conversation with several people, and this was a priority for me, and I want to stress this with you. Every transaction will be publicly verifiable on-chain, right? Providing a significantly higher level of transparency for the entire ecosystem. I'm going to say that sentence again in case I was lagging. This was a critical piece for me, a critical piece for the team, a critical piece for the company, and I know a critical piece for the partners on this call. Every transaction will be publicly verifiable on-chain, providing a significantly higher ecosystem. And hopefully there wasn't a lag on that, because it really was critical. Okay. Are you there?
Yep, it's coming in and out, but I think you repeated it twice, so we should have it.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, that's why I did it. It was such a critical. Here, guys, is how are we committed to supporting the partner network? The new ecosystem has been designed to continue supporting the global partner network while also contributing to the company's recovery. Again, I'm going to repeat this twice because I understand that there's a lag. The new ecosystem has been designed to continue supporting the global partner network while also contributing to the company's recovery. Right, 30% partner network continues supporting the existing partner compensation structure. 20% recovery initiatives allocated to the company's recovery initiatives and the replenishment of funds affected by the cybersecurity incident. Let me stress that again. So 20% of recovery initiatives will be allocated to the company's recovery initiatives and the replenishment of funds affected by the recent cybersecurity incident, right? Here alone, partners, family, friends, everyone on this call, it gives me great pride to say to you, this is what we're doing. We're allocating a significant chunk of capital to replenish the funds that were affected by the recent cybersecurity attack, right? We're not, this is such it might be viewed as a massive commitment or something like that. This is the way we do business, right? I said at the start of this, and we've said always, our ecosystem and our community are critical to us. If we don't allocate part of our recovery initiatives to the replenishment of our ecosystem and our community, then we don't have a community, right? So it is with great pride and honor that I say this 2, 3, 4 times, however many times it takes, because I know there's a lag. We are going to be replenishing the funds affected by the recent cybersecurity incident without fail. Okay? And to end here, again, it's hard to look at the future and the past simultaneously, but like I said to everyone on this call, what we build, we will continue to do what we did well. We will push the envelope to do that better. What we didn't do well, we will want to develop an institutional grade and professional framework for doing such things, right? Whether it's support, whether it's back office, whether it's yeah. So if everyone can, and then again, Shane, I'll click back over to you in a second. But Aurum's recovery, NEYRO's recovery, and our continued development or moving forward in parallel as part of our long-term strategy, right? And I'm going to say this slowly, and my connection should be stable. As the recovery progresses, we will focus on delivering secure infrastructure, next-generation products, and sustainable long-term growth for the entire ecosystem. Together with our partners, institutional investors, and global community, we are building a stronger, more resilient, more successful future with everyone on board. I thank you for your trust. I thank you for your patience and your time today. And I thank you for your continued support. I will endeavor to give you my support, my trust, my commitment to building something that is better, stronger, and safer together as a community and as a team. I sincerely apologize for my internet connection here. I'm trying my best to log in from multiple devices. Hopefully everyone got this. I'm happy to do a re-recording of this. I'll work with the team to do that so you can hear it again. But wanted to address this live. Happy I got you, Shane. I'm going to hand over to you.
All right. Thank you very much, Andrew Isaacs, COO and co-founder of NEYRO. Thank you for that update. And look, there's a lot of partners we realize that could not get on this call. We filled the entire room well in advance of 15 minutes before the Zoom started. So a lot of people and a lot of partners around the world figure, they'll come in around 15 minutes before the call starts. And many of them, I've got my messages are full that people just couldn't get onto the call. We're going to get a recording of this out to you as soon as possible. And so just look forward and also make sure that you and your entire communities are linked into the corporate Orem Telegram. That's where the official announcements are coming out, all right? Because there's a lot of rumors going around, but only focus on the corporate announcements. And so we're going to be bringing more news, like Andrew says, as we have news to develop. There's been a lot of information, by the way, that was shared here, including new products and a specific strategy that you might want to rewatch over and over. But we're going to get this information out to everybody as soon as possible. Watch for the announcements on the official Orem Telegram. And everything else, I was going to say is BS, but everything else, if it doesn't come from corporate, take it with a grain